All right, guys, lesson 3.3, looking at classifying triangles. We've talked about this some already, but just kind of hitting back on it, making sure we're good on all the terminology. Okay, so we're just talking about different types of triangles. So we could classify it by its sides. All sides the same. We talked about, we could mark it like this, right? Equilateral. All sides are equal. Two of the sides are equal. So like this. Or it could be, something like this. Isosceles. Isosceles, spelled like that, isosceles. Two sides the same, and if no sides are the same, scalene. Okay, no sides congruent. All right. If we're looking at by angle, we could say it's acute, obtuse, or right. And we've looked at this already. But acute triangle, make sure it's all angles are acute. Okay, less than 90, all the angles. That one actually looks close to a 90. I might want to make it a little taller here just to make sure they all look like they're less than 90 degrees. Okay, obtuse is going to have just one. An obtuse triangle will just have one obtuse angle, say up top here, wherever, there's one obtuse, and then equiangular or right, I'm sorry, is the other one. A right triangle obviously has one 90-degree angle. The last one I'll squeeze in here, equiangular. And we've talked about these. All angles are congruent. And they actually, if you figure it out, they all measure 60 degrees. Okay, because 60 plus 60 plus 60 would give you 180. Okay, so we have talked about those, but I just want to hit back on them just to make sure, because you're going to have to know it for what we do coming up this week. Okay, so a couple of quick examples. You're going to have to draw these on your homework. You're going to have to draw these out with a protractor, a lot of these, so just draw them accurately. But you also see some problems like this, say on a delta math. So they'll say an isosceles triangle, ABC has AB congruent to BC, measure angle A is 30. Basically got to draw this out. So I know that AB and BC are equal and A is 30. So let's just think about that for a second. You got two that are the same like this, AB and BC, and angle A is 30. So this has got to be a small angle down here. So that kind of gives me an idea of roughly it looks like this. Okay, these are equal. And angle A is 30, that goes here. Okay, remember on isosceles we also said base angles are equal. That's the thing that's going to come up here. So if these sides are equal, that forces these angles to be equal. So angle C is 30. And then remember, angles of a triangle add up to 180. So 180 minus off the 60 I already have, you're left with 120 at the top. So measure angle B is 120 degrees. I feel like that's review also. Should be pretty easy. Okay, and then another thing you'll see on your assignment that's something a little bit we haven't done a lot of, but a right triangle has a leg with length of 6 and a hypotenuse with length 8. Alright, you're going to have to just draw this out. If it says use a protractor, draw it to scale, but I think the one in your homework will just say figure it out. It's like the last two on your homework. Find the perimeter of this triangle. Draw out an example then. Leg is 6. Go back here, guys. We got to put some notes on here. Legs. Go back to this isosceles. The legs are the two that are the same. The base is the one that's not the same on isosceles. On a right triangle, you've got a leg and a hypotenuse. Okay, put that on there. These two are the legs. The two that hit the 90 degree. The long one that goes diagonal across from the 90 is a hypotenuse. Okay, so on this, hypotenuse is 8, leg is 6. So like 6 there, and then the 8 here. Okay, 90's there. Find the perimeter. So we need to find, say, this other missing side here. So it's just Pythagorean theorem, but be careful. We didn't do many of them where you are missing the leg. So it's 6 squared plus 8 squared equals 8 squared. 6 squared plus x squared equals 8 squared. Here you got to subtract to get to 36 on the other side. And that would be what, 34, 28. Okay, let's do it as a radical. I think on your homework it'll say do it as a radical and a decimal. Let's do the radical first. 2 square root of 7. As a decimal, if I would estimate that, it's 28. 25 is 5, so I mean it's going to be like 5.2, I'm guessing. That would be my estimate. Okay, so perimeter, add up all sides. 6 plus 8 plus, let's say, 2 square root of 7. If I just add those, I can only add the 6 and the 8. It's going to be 14 plus 2 square root of 7. It's kind of like terms. You can only add these. You can't add on that square root of 7 piece. So this is going to be your perimeter. Or if I do it with the decimal, 6 plus 8 plus 5.2 would be what? 14, 19.2. Okay, those are your two answers. These are both centimeters. Okay, I think that's everything you need to know to get through today and to get through the delta math that you're going to do tomorrow.